All right. Hello, Miss Danielle Harris. How are you today?
I'm okay. How are you today?
I'm doing good. My name is Cayla Williams, and I'm a social worker. I work for Child Protective Services. Um, and so first, before we get started, I just want to, try to get to know you a little bit,
Okay.
see how you're feeling. So,
Okay.
you tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a single mom. I have two kids, and I also have a boyfriend who lives with us, which is my kid's father. And recently, I've been noticing that we've been having a lot of fights, and the children are being exposed to. We're yelling at each other and having a lot of verbal incidents, and have concerns about that. So I've been feeling kind of stressed, sad, a lot of kind of guilt, being that the kids are being around, us when we're arguing and seeing their mother and father going back and forth.
Well, thank you, Danielle, for being so open and honest. So what I heard you say was that, so you pretty much know why I'm involved. You pretty much summed that up. So I do appreciate that. One of the reasons for us being involved is because of the kids being exposed to the domestic violence in the home. And I heard you say that, you all are yelling at each other,
Mm-hmm.
and you're feeling really stressed and sad.
Mm-hmm.
You also said that the kids are present when this happens.
Yes.
Okay. So is it ever, so tell me, is it physical or is it more verbal?
It's more verbal. But like I said, a lot of hurtful things. We say a lot of hurtful things to each other in kind of like the heat of the moment. And I start noticing like my youngest starting to pick up some of the language that we're using. I got a note from his teacher stating that he was using some inappropriate language at school. So I know that it's not good. I mean, it's not good to do that around the kids, and I need help.
It's a good thing that you're open and you're honest and you know that you do need help. And so, yeah, just to piggyback off what you said, it's not healthy for the kids. As parents, you all are your kids' first teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So they look at you, they learn, they pick up everything from you. It's like learned behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So they model what you show them.
Mm-hmm.
And so you always want to be the best role model for your kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yes, so we just have to figure out, when you all are arguing, what typically is it about? Has anything happened recently?
Well, right now we're having a little bit of like financial stressors. I recently lost my job, and like I have to, try to ask family members to kind of help out. And I've just been trying to find work. So that's been a stressor. Also, one of the arguments that I found out that my boyfriend was using marijuana. So that's another argument. So I'm talking to him about not using that. And he's working, but he's spending most of the money on marijuana. So that's mainly the two things, like financial stresses, and also my boyfriend abusing drugs.
So I heard you talk about the domestic violence as well as some financial stresses with, you losing your job and your boyfriend working, but he's spending a lot of money towards marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, how do you feel that I can better help you? What is it that you would like for me to help you with?
I think you can best help me by just, giving me information, or maybe working on some type of like employment plan, or ways that I can maybe work towards making a resume or something that could help me as far as getting back into the job market. Right now, like I said, I'm not working, so just kind of need help with that. because I think if I, were able to get a job, that will kind of lower a lot of our arguments or the finance, a lot of stress from, worrying about not having a job. Also give me information for like domestic violence support groups where I can go just to, get more information about it in services, if I'm in crisis or if a verbal, altercation escalates, I know how to keep myself and my kids safe. And I will say, maybe like some type of substance abuse support group for families where I can learn, learn about more about substance abuse and just get some, information that I can, work, with my boyfriend or whatever, that'll kind of help myself and my kids, to be able to cope or possibly be supportive of, maybe asking him about getting some help or resources for my family, just to, when it relates to substance abuse on that issue. So I think, the number one thing is like, I need to get back to work because I'm just sitting at home and worrying about all the bills and how I'm gonna be able to afford this, and the kids need things in school. So I think that's pretty much the number one thing.
Okay, so before we leave today, I'd like for me to develop a plan on how we're going to accomplish those goals. So some of the things, that you like to fix, some things that you like to make better is you want to find a job, you want to find employment. So that could be a goal. So what do you think we can do together to help you be able to accomplish that goal? So we have a goal and we have objectives. So the goal is to find a job. So what are some things that you could do together? I heard you say something about a resume. So first we can start and create a resume.
We can create a resume. I would say like online where I could, places where I could go, job banks, giving me information where I can maybe go to a local library to start applying, doing some online applications, or possibly looking at, what are some things that I'm interested in, and then kind of narrowing down the search of what I want to, what kind of work that I want to do. I think that would be a good place to start.
All right. So when we're developing a plan, I like to list out some things that you can do and also some things that I can do to help as well, because that's my job here, is to help. So we can start by creating a resume, you do some applications, do the job thing, and my job is the worker, I'll monitor, I'll inform you of any listings here at the agency. Sometimes we get a lot of emails about different job openings. I'll keep you informed. If you need transportation, get into the job or interview, you let me know and I'll be willing to transport you. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay. And so in regards to the domestic violence, addressing it, you set some type of resources for victims of domestic violence, possibly. So I'll give you a list of this is a list for the local providers here in the area. And you can call around and kind of see, what's the best fit for you.
Okay.
And then instead of the kids are exposed to, I think they will benefit from some type of therapy or trauma-focused therapy to address some of the things that they've been saying.
Okay.
Okay, how do you feel about that?
I feel good about it.
Okay, and in regards to the substance abuse, that's something that I can kind of address with him to see what his options are and what our different resources are to be able to better help him. The case can stay open up to 3 months, just depending upon you. I don't want to just leave you hanging high and dry. I want to make sure we put things in place, just to monitor everything that's going on with you, the kids. And once I see a change in behavior, then we'll be able to close the case.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Let's schedule a date and time for our next meeting.
I guess we can meet sometime next week. I'm not working, so I'm able to come in whenever you have availability.
Can you do next Thursday? Does 3 o'clock sound good for you?
That's fine.
All right. And next Thursday we'll just follow up and kind of see how things going on with your plan.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
All right.